This Friday night, we get a taste of football, 6 o'clock. The Alumni Game, live on BYU TV at LaVell Edwards Stadium. Our second guest tonight played quarterback at BYU between 1998 and 2001, completed 198 passes for 2,262 yards and 11 touchdowns. He'll quarterback Team Navy on Friday night. Our pleasure to welcome back Charlie Peterson to the Wise Guys. Charlie, how eager are you to get back out on that field that you love so much?
Well, I'm a lot older, so 2 years from 50. I don't know how eager I am, but it'll be fun. As long as I don't throw an interception to Brian, I'll be happy.
Bilo, let me tell you what Bilo's doing. He's working the TV with us on Friday night. Yeah. So if he gets an interception, he will have violated so many of Damuni's rules that he may never, ever be allowed back in. But what has this night become for former players?
You know what? It's a night to share and celebrate. And we'll probably be talking a lot about BYU basketball and watching how amazing they're doing. It's just tons of fun. Provo is a really happening place. And people laugh. I say, listen, there's nowhere more unique in the whole country than Provo, Utah. So as far as the Alumni Game, it's going to be a great time. I just hope I can throw it to the young guys.
Smart man. Bilo, how are they going to defend Charlie this week?
Well, I think, didn't Max put in a new rule saying that you can't rush the quarterback?
I don't think you can rush the quarterback, and the quarterback can't run. So,
and I would say this because I'm not playing, so I don't really care too much. I would say try to go for home runs instead of chipping away, because eventually, like we're so old. Eventually, our gas is gonna run down. This is in series, right? So if it's 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 8, you're not getting everybody's best. If you do, hands.
So you're saying back it up and chuck it deep.
Back it up and chuck it deep.
You still got the deep ball, don't you, Charlie? Last time you were here, you were tossing it.
We'll see. Well, it's a lot different when you have a Lev-Ahifo out there. So I heard he's on the other team this time. So I'm a little disappointed in that.
Let's talk about your guys. There are 42 players who are going to play in this game. One-hand touch football, the Navy squad, and we'll get your scouting report. We'll give a couple of names, and then you tell us what you got. Let's start at quarterback with you and Blaine Fowler. I believe Blaine is the oldest in the field. That's it. It's as deep as you and Blaine. How's that going to work out?
We'll be fine. Blaine's like bionic, man. He's been doing this for years. And his arm's as good as his mouth on the radio show, so he'll be just fine.
He's a little nervous, I'll be honest, because I know Blaine really well. He's been out practicing, and he's a little nervous when we sit up there and talk. Well, down in the field, it's a different animal. Let's talk about your receivers. Devon Blackmon, Dylan Collie, the number 2 overall pick, Parker Mangum, Spencer Hafoka, and Toby Christensen. Who's going to catch the most passes from you Friday?
Well, I have to be honest. I have a ton of familiarity with Toby just because we were teammates for so long. Yeah. So I'm sure I'll be looking for him. I don't know a lot of these players, to be honest with you. I've come across them, but we'll get out there and practice on Friday, I believe, for maybe an hour. And I'm curious who's calling the plays. I have no idea what the playbook looks like.
Yeah, that might come about in that practice that you'll have before. When Max was here, he brought his whole playbook from his high school team. It was way over the top, but it was awesome.
I think every quarterback tends to do that. They since I've played and been a part of it, everybody has had like a legit, playbook. Except for the last play on the first one with the Hail Mary with Kehl. I think Max just turned around and we pulled up his shirt and wrote some routes on his belly, on his stomach. So you can get away with it.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but I was playing with Kevin Federick in that game. So I remember that Hail Mary pass very well.
Yeah.
In fact, that's the last time I played. So I'm hoping we can get a little revenge this time. We'll see.
Former BYU quarterback Charlie Peterson's on the Wise Guys, presented by Brady Plus, distributed by the Deseret News. You do have a tight end in Moroni Laulu-Pututau. Just get him the ball.
Yeah, I know he can fast, and he's a galloper, so throw it high and throw it wide and see what he can do with it.
Your running backs, now there's no running, right? But these guys caught a lot of passes. Harvey Unga, I asked Harvey the other day at practice, I said, how much are you playing here? And he goes, just depends on what the coach is going to let me do. Speaking of Kalani. Then you got Lopini, Katoa. His catch in the bowl game, the Boca Raton Bowl against Central Florida, is still one for the ages. Fahu Tai, Wayne Latu, and Donnie Atawai. How do you feel about that group?
Oh, I love it. Well, I know who's going to be running the fast out of that group, and that's Lopini, because Donnie and the other ones are older like me. Harvey will still have it in him. He's got it. We'll be all right. We'll see what happens.
Offensive line, Braden Brown. He's the only offensive lineman on the roster, so I'm assuming his job is just to throw you the football to start these plays. But when you look at your linebackers, Adam Pulsifer, Bryan Kehl, you can always move him to offense. Now he's on your side. That might be different. And Butch Pau.
Yeah, all the real athletic, strong, good players. I mean, like I said, when you get into these games, the years go by, so you just never know what you're going to get until you're out on the field. But obviously, all these guys have had tremendous success on the field in their playing days, so I'm looking forward to big things out of all of them. It's
fun to talk with Dennis Pitta and Austin Collie about Keel's game-winning catch, which they both say was the greatest athletic moment of his life, even though he did play in the NFL. But when he pulled that thing down, wasn't that the epitome of what you want to do on Alumni Game weekend, is have that kind of a celebration of friendship and a fun finish, even if you were on the other side?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a time to unite and share the brotherhood, which we share on the gridiron. And, you know, nobody's mad that Max Hall was 10 yards past the line of scrimmage when he threw it. Nobody remembers those things. So, you know, it just kind of goes with the territory.
Yeah, no one remembers that at all, do they? Max still contends he was behind the line of scrimmage.
He was. If you go back and watch the film, the game on the app, right, BYU TV,
yeah.
Dave and Uncle B drew the line of scrimmage, and he was behind it. So
things were a little loose. Back then. So you got Austin Lee, Michael Shelton, and Rob Daniel. You're going to get some interceptions on defense with that group, aren't you?
Like I said, I sure hope so. I mean, because the more times, I got a feeling that Blaine and I are going to need the ball a lot more than the other team's going to need the ball. But we'll see.
You could actually put Michael Shelton and Rob Daniel on offense as well to, you know, go and run a fade. That's probably where a lot of your speed is, right here.
Yeah, those guys are fast. I have a feeling that you're going to be playing a lot on Friday, Charlie. I know Blaine's got a little bit in him, but I have a feeling we're going to see you out there quite a bit. What are you going to do to preserve Blaine's safety? Maybe is the bigger question.
Listen, Blaine can fend for himself. I mean, he's your co-host, so you got to be able to give him a little bit of noise. But I've been around that guy for a long time, and his sons and his family are extremely athletic as well. So I don't put anything past Blaine. He'll be just fine.
Well, it's going to be cool. The weather's going to be decent, and we're back in the stadium, and that'll be fun too. Visiting with former BYU quarterback Charlie Peterson on the Wise Guys. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and wiseguys.com. He's one of the quarterbacks in the spotlight on BYU TV on Friday night. When you hear that, do you get nervous or do you just get excited because, you know, it's back? It's back for one more night on Friday.
Yeah, you get nervous, but at this point in your life, I mean, let's be honest, who cares? So, right. I mean, obviously you want to win and you want to perform well, but I mean, we're in our mid 40s, late 50s, early 60s. So
keep going,
it is what it is, man. But again, it'll be fun. The key to the game, as it always is, make sure you throw it to the young guys. And I'm sure Brandon Doman is keyed in on that as well.
We're going to ask Brandon a bit later in the show. We'll go over his roster and see what he thinks of the matchup. Let's talk about the kids for a minute compared to the ages that you just rolled out heading to the fall. 11-2 last year. What are your expectations for BYU moving forward?
Cal, the sky is the limit. I mean, you watch what they're doing in basketball, and you just think, man, if BYU gets the right athletes in the right places, I feel like the D lineman from Utah is going to be a great addition.
Yeah. And
Kalani's really smart. And plus, Jake Retzlaff's going into his senior year. So his projection and growth has been outstanding. And if he can build on it, you know, I'd like to see a little bit higher completion percentage. As he goes into his senior year, I think he'll accomplish that. I think you're looking at a really, good, strong, fundamental BYU football team. I'm seeing them getting 10 wins again this upcoming year. I really believe that.
When you say completion percentage, you want to see that increase. From a quarterback standpoint, does that have to do with mechanics that he needs to work on during the offseason, or is it maybe more being quicker, more decisive on his decision-making and making the right read?
Yeah, I'd say that. The first most important attribute that a quarterback can have is his decision-making ability. And so, when you have let's say you have a corner route and you have a flat underneath it, and if you have a chance to throw the flat route and that guy can catch it and run and go for as many yards as the person who caught the deeper route, that's ideal. It's a higher completion percentage throw. You continue to control the clock. You're moving the chains. You got ball possession. So, yeah, all those things come into play. And, when you have a lower completion percentage, you have to have more home runs. And sometimes that doesn't bode well. So clock control and being able to have complete control of the offense, being able to throw high completion percentage leads to tremendous amounts of winning.
It'll be interesting on, September 27th when BYU goes over to Boulder and has the rematch with Colorado. It'll be a night game. It'll be on national TV. There won't be Shadur Sanders or the Heisman Trophy winner, but Dion will still be there, so they'll talk about him a lot. But how important of a game is that early in the season after you pounded them on national TV in the Alamo Bowl? It just seems like this is just a magical clash, almost an early bowl game again in September.
Momentum's a big thing. I mean, you saw it early this year, right? BYU got off to a great start, and once that cycle starts, it just starts rolling downhill, and then you start stacking wins. And that game's going to be highly entertaining. Mm-hmm. And I love to watch this past Alamo Bowl. Every expert out there said that BYU was going to get rocked, and just the opposite happened. So I was really excited for the BYU football program as a whole this year. I thought the defense came a long, long way. Our defense is really, really good. Yeah. And so when you have a championship caliber defense, you're going to stay in all the games. And BYU's in a lot of close football games, and I feel like they have the edge both mentally and athletically in the trenches this year as well. So we'll see.
What kind of trash talk are you going to give Doman on Friday night when you guys come head to head?
That's a great question. Hopefully I can throw one or two zingers in there. I still have hair on the top of my head, so I'm okay.
There's the first zinger. Nice job. The next time we see you, we'll be live on BYU TV, and you'll be down on the field wearing number 17 again, throwing the football and getting ready for a fun night with the boys. We look forward to it, and it's great to have you on the show tonight. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, awesome. I appreciate you, Dave. And Brian, too bad we're not seeing you out this year. Maybe next time, buddy.
Maybe I might sneak somebody's jersey.
Brian's going to, after you throw a touchdown, he's going to come interview you live on the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, if Brian sneaks in, this is what I will say. He needs to be on our team. More so.
Hey, you know what? If Steve Young could do it last year, I think we can make an exception for a couple people. Maybe we put that part of the rule.
You and Steve Young are kind of like right there. Is that what you're saying?
You said it. You said it. There's your words, Dave, not mine. So.
those were my words.
Those are your words, not mine.
Charlie, we'll see you Friday night. Looking forward to it.
You got it. Thanks, Dave. Enjoy the night.
You got it. Charlie Peterson, BYU quarterback, Team Navy on Friday. And we're going to visit with quarterback for Team Royal, Brandon Doman, coming up in just a little bit tonight. It's a fun game. Thank you for watching The Wise Guys.
If you like what you're watching, you can help us out by subscribing and hitting that notification button.